Greetings and salutations, you can love with the generous, and welcome back to the Fuzzy Wallflower. I am your host, Corey. So, a few weeks ago, I guess it was right at Christmas time, I was at World Market looking for Christmas cocktail glasses and the like, and stumbled upon this little weird contraption, this bottle full of herbs and stuff. I was like, okay, that's interesting. So I went and looked at it, and it is a infusion kit, and it just has some different herbs and stuff, and it's a gin infusion kit. You know, it's primarily focused on gin, which is kind of interesting because it has juniper berries, rosemary, hibiscus, and lavender. And I'm like, well, gin already has juniper berries, but you know, hey, you know, I figured why not try it anyway? Let's just see. So at that same time, some of you guys know I'm not sponsored by Bespoke Post, but I buy their monthly box. I've been doing it for 6-7 years now, and they had one that had another infusion kit. So it had these little, I guess they're pieces of charred barrel. They call it honeycomb white oak barrel staves, and it came with this bottle. And primarily you put it in there to give it a smoky flavor. And they recommend, you know, unaged drinks like gin, tequila, rum, that sort of thing. It came with 2 of them, so I might try different alcohol at some point. But I was like, well, I'm already doing a gin infusion. And if y'all saw my Deadpool video, you know, I got a couple bottles of Deadpool gin. So I was like, well, let's just try it and see. You know, I can put the same gin in there, and I'll have plenty left over to like do an A/B test. Because I think you have to leave them in there for 3-4 weeks, something like that. So let's go ahead and get these things rolling. First, we'll start with Black Swan barrels. They're charred honeycomb white oak barrel staves. Try to memorize that and say it 10 times fast. My understanding, just pop that in. Pop that in and fill it full of gin. Okay. Hopefully I'm not wasting all this gin. And this is made by Infuse Your Booze, a collection of spices can lift your spirits. I guess that's the company name. And, same thing here. And we still got a third of the bottle to A/B test it here in a couple weeks. Now I'm not leaving their pour on. I'm just gonna put a regular cork on there so that it'll stay. It's already, I guess the hibiscus is already turning it a little bit. So I guess I'll put these up. All right, well, I'll see you guys in a few weeks. I guess we'll do the wipey. Yeah, I let these things sit a little longer than I probably should have. It's been about 3 weeks in the cupboard. Gave them a little shake here and there just to get the juices flowing. Let's say this is the Infuse Your Booze. Yeah, it turned out pretty dark. It was purple for a while, now it's kind of gotten real reddish. And this is the Black Swan barrels, charred oak barrels. And as you know, my go-to was aviation gin because I had a bunch of it. But you already know that because you just watched that in the video. Let's do a taste test to see how they all compare to the original. All right, I didn't pour a whole lot, just enough for me to kind of taste, see if I can discern the flavors a little bit. I'm still trying to learn these, how to pick the flavors out a little bit, so just bear with me. Anyway, here is my standard. We all know a standard dry gin. Here is a smoky one. Let's see what it tastes like. It's not as strong as the straight gin. Maybe it smoothed it out a little bit. Yeah, kind of smoothed it out. Gave it I don't know. I don't know if I taste smokiness per se, like like you do on Scotch or something, but it almost has a little bit of a medicine-y taste. But it definitely like took some of the bite out of it. All right, and the one with the stuff all in it. Look at that. It's all looks like wine. All right. It has way more floral. I mean, I guess with the lavender and stuff, it really stands out, especially compared to the straight gin. I mean, the straight gin, it's that potent gin. Pine Sol flavor. Wow, that's way different. I mean, you still have the gin. I think the hibiscus really is probably what's coloring really stands out. Really weird. I don't know if I would drink these on their own, but they are. I mean, they're not a very good sipping. Of course, gin's not a very good sipping drink anyway. Let's try them in a Negroni and see how different they taste. All right, if you've never made a Negroni before, they're easy peasy. They're just 1 ounce of Campari, 1 ounce of Sweet Vermouth, 1 ounce of gin. And then just put it in the cocktail glass and stir it. And then we have 2 different infused gin Negroni. Well, the colors are slightly different. This is much more vibrant. That one's a little more muted. So I'm curious to see how drastic they were. Since this was the more subtle, I'm gonna try it first. Yeah, I don't taste the smokiness. It does take a little bite out of the gin. So it does make it a little smoother. The Campari really stands out a little more than normal. Let's see how all these all these herbs and spices treat this thing. That's much more sweeter, way sweeter than that one. You can definitely taste that flowery aftertaste. It's weird because there's not like anything sweeter in this, but maybe this helps bring out some of the Campari and the Sweet Vermouth sweetness. But that's really strange. Yeah, that one's way more subtle. I don't think it's necessarily like watered down taste, but it's definitely got a not as big in your face. And this has definitely more of a wine. I don't know. They both taste good. I definitely will try them. I'll have to let some other friends test them and see how they work out. Anyway, it was a cool experiment. May have to try some more of these things and explore something besides gin. I know they say use this on tequila and stuff. I have another one of those. Maybe we'll try it sometime. But yeah, it was cool. If you find any of these kind of things, give them a shot. I wouldn't use your expensive stuff, but put some in the jar and in the cupboard and see how they taste. You might find something magical. Who knows? Well, y'all know what to do. Until next time, cheers.